Okay, good evening, everybody. Good evening and welcome to PLR Show for tonight. And if you'd be so kind, those of you who are here, if you'd put a Y in the question box. It's about 8:55. We'll be getting started in about 5 minutes. And of course, if you have any questions, you can go ahead and type them right in the box. So once again, if you can hear me, please put the letter Y in the question box. And if you have any questions, then I'll start taking questions. I do have a few things that I have prepared that I want to do tonight if you don't have questions, but if you do, I'd much rather start with your questions. So any questions? Again, once again, if you can hear me clearly, please put the letter Y in the question box. Okay, testing, 1, 2, 3. If you can hear me, please put the letter Y in the question box. It's about 8:56 Eastern Standard Time. We're going to get started in about 4 minutes at 9 o'clock. And once again, if you have any questions, please put them right there in the box. Okay, if you're watching this by archive, right now you can skip ahead approximately 3 to 4 minutes. We are kind of in the preliminary stages, so you know, I'm on a little earlier than the scheduled time, so I'm going to start pretty much at 9 or 9:01. It's going to be about 4 minutes. So again, if you're watching by archive or you're watching on YouTube channel, you can go ahead and skip forward 4 minutes. And once again, if you're here and you have any questions, please put the letter Y in the question box. Okay, I see one person on YouTube there. Okay, thank you, Scott. Appreciate that. And once again, good evening to you all. And as always, please put your questions here in the box, and we will get started in about 3 minutes. So once again, if you're watching by YouTube and you're watching maybe the day after this, then you want to skip forward about 2 or 3 minutes, and then you'll be getting to the actual content. Right now, we're just it's a little early, so I'm just kind of reaching out to the folks who are here, and hoping that once again, if you have questions, that you'll go ahead and put them there in the box. Good evening, Vern. How are you? Okay, Scott, looking for some ideas on upsell products to your PLR launch. Okay, and Scott, do you want to? I don't know how much I want to reveal about what you're doing. If you want to put in here, kind of how much you want to reveal about what you're doing. I know you're going to be launching soon. Then I'll go ahead and answer your question here on the call. I think it would be a great question to answer. Oh, I can share it. Okay, so one of the folks in our community is going to be doing, he's actually going to be doing a live PLR offer. And he is, thank you, Scott, for letting us do this. And what he's going to be doing is he's going to be giving a, he's going to be giving the PLR to a live session that he did. He's going to be giving the presentation materials as well as what he actually did in terms of the video. And the topic is going to be, Scott works with authors, and he helps authors to get more exposure to what they're trying to do. He also helps authors to get their voice into their book. And his book is called Your Voice, Your Message. And so I think that his live PLR is along those lines. And so what he's going to be doing is the PLR is going to be basically, I guess, for authors or aspiring authors, and you can actually reach out to people who are looking to write their own book, or who should write their own book, or create their own information product. He calls it a business profit formula. So what we want to talk about, and he's asking the question, getting your voice and your message heard. And he's talking about, so what can or should he be offering in terms of an upsell or an OTO? And there are a couple of ways to look at this. The first way, and this is theory, right? Whenever you're offering any kind of information product, the first thing that you want to think is what will help the person who's buying this implement faster and more enjoyably. In other words, what can you do for them so that if the objective is for them to take your product and to go out and deliver a seminar, can you give them something that's going to make that process easier and more enjoyable? So the first thing that I always think about is DFY, done for you. So what can you do for the people who are going to be buying this PLR or this course? What can you do for them that is part of the process that they'll need to do? So what can you do for them to help them either sell it or to be able to deliver it? So if the intent is for them to deliver a live presentation, right, what can you do for them? So think DFY for an upsell. That's the first thing. The second thing that you can do is to do more of the same, yet more advanced. So in other words, is there a more advanced version of what it is that you are delivering to them? So they get the business profit formula, and that is a basic formula that will help people to either do something, learn something, or show people how to do something, right? If it's a PLR. So how can you give them more of the same yet more advanced? So in other words, people who want to go further in what you're trying to do, right, and showing them the business profit formula, what can they do that's more advanced, more of the same? So another set, right, of videos, another set of instructions that they can go out and sell. That's another way to look at this. Another way to look at this is automation. In other words, what can you do or provide that is a more automated way for them to be able to accomplish the purpose for which they buy this? So in other words, can you give someone a piece of software, either that you design or that you can actually buy, and resell, that will help them to be able to do this better? So in other words, the upsell becomes, right, an automated version of being able to execute what you're going to do in order to help them to get the goal that your PLR or your product is going to do. Because whether or not it's a PLR product is kind of not necessarily the point. The point is that if the purpose of buying your product is for people to make more money, right? So people are buying your product either to make more money or to learn to make more money. You want to think in terms of what can you do in an upsell to make it easier? What can you do to make it more enjoyable? What can you do to automate the process and take some of the doing away, right? So the more of the doing that you can take away from the customer, the more that you are really providing value to them. Because, right, people are pressed for time. And because people are pressed for time, you want to be able to help them to redeem their time. And one of the ways that you help them to redeem their time is you take the difficulties out of what it's going to take between your product and actually making money. Your product is the first thing in their way, right? And here's the way to think about this. Your product is in the way of me making money, right? So I need to get your product so I can get that one barrier out of the way. Now, once I remove that barrier, what are the other barriers in my way to making money? Remove more of those barriers in your upsell. That's really the psychology and the way that you do it in a way that provides real value to the customer. That's how you think of it conceptually, because you can do just about anything, right? You can do just about anything once you get the concept. Okay, so let me explain the concept again for those of you who are here. You have a product and it's going to show people, and it doesn't have to even be people making money. It could be how to lose weight. It can be how to be more productive in your time. It can be how to learn faster. It can be how to learn a language. Doesn't really matter. Your product is the thing that's in my way. So I buy your product, I remove one barrier. Now, what are the other barriers now in front of me? Now that I have your product, what are those other barriers? Remove one or two more of those barriers, and that is your upsell. That is the conception. Okay, so that's really how I would answer that question. Okay, any other questions? Very good question. Appreciate that, Scott. Any other questions? Okay, anyone? And again, the question does not have to be about PLR, but it can be, right? It's certainly, you could do that, right? You can make it easier for me to sell, right? That is one thing that you can do, right? You can give the share code to Genius Trainer Pro, right? You could give people a fully formed membership site in WordPress, right? So you have taken away the barrier of being able, excuse me, of needing to be technical in order to sell, right? That is one thing you can do, done for you. So think about things that you can do for your customer, right? What else can you do? Can you help them to recruit affiliates? Can you help them to promote the course? Can you help them can you help them to write Facebook ads? Can you help them with tweets or Facebook posts? So think of what is in my way of being able to make money when I buy your product. Okay, so Sherry, his question was he is selling a PLR product. So his question is, what can he provide as an upsell? And my answer to him was to remove any barrier that is between me and my goal. Now, and again, this does not have to be PLR about making money. This is any product in any niche. When I buy your product, I am removing one barrier. I now have knowledge as to how to solve the problem. But we all know that that just because I have the knowledge, right? Just because I have the knowledge doesn't mean I can solve the problem. So now what other problem for me can you solve that is valuable enough to me that I will give you money for it? Okay, so Kurt's question. Okay, so does that help you, Sherry? That's kind of a recap of what I talked to Scott about. And Kurt's question is, I'm going to look down here. Kurt's question is, what is the best way to redo PLR to make it yours? Great question. There are a number of ways for you to redo PLR to make it yours. And we're actually going to talk about some of that in this call. I'm going to talk about that in some of my prepared remarks, but let's talk about particulars, logistics, right? So I'm not going to talk theory. I'm going to talk about specifics. You could add case studies. So in other words, PLR is typically theoretical and general. You will make it more specific with specific case studies. So you go out and you either demonstrate how this is done, right, in the PLR, or you go out and get people who have already done the things and done them well. You get them case studies, and then you add those case studies to the PLR and you personalize them and deliver them. That's one way. The other thing is, and I'm going to be talking about this later on, is you slant the PLR to a specific niche. So I get a PLR pack on Facebook, but I'm not going to leave it as it is. I'm going to talk about Facebook for the people in my niche. So let's say that my niche is offline small business owners, in particular, let's say dentists in my local area. So I'm going to talk about Facebook in a way that dentists can make sense of it, so that dentists will find, so in other words, it's going to be Facebook for dentists, how to get more business through Facebook as a dentist. And so I'm going to slant it for that niche, because that is my niche. That is the niche I'm in. And I'm not saying I'm in that niche. I'm saying if that was your niche, or if your niche is, let's say, CPA marketers, how is Facebook relevant then for CPA marketers? So you take that Facebook and you personalize it for CPA marketers. You want to then take whatever the product is and make it specific for your niche. Okay, so that's another way that you can personalize and redo a PLR. Now, you could just rewrite it straight up, right? And that's just, you just rewrite it in your own words, and make it so that it is your words. You use your examples, you use your inflection, you rewrite it, you order it in the way that you would present it, in a way that makes sense to you, and then it becomes yours. I would try to add substance to it. So, in other words, what are you adding to the conversation about Facebook? What is it that's peculiar? What is it that's individual that you add, right, to what's been said? What have you learned about Facebook? You want to make sure that that is inside of the way that you redo it, right? So that is another way that you can definitely redo it. Now, you can rebrand the graphics, you can redo some of the examples, but substantively, you want to be able to add something to the PLR that is going to be for the audience you're going to be talking to, in the way that you say it, right? So that's how I would answer that question. Kurt, does that help you any? And while I do that, I'm going to answer Damon's question. Damon's is, should the upsell be the same niche? It should. So, in other words, if you are in the make money online niche, your upsell should be as closely tied to the front end as possible. So, in other words, you're going to tell me about how to do Facebook ads, right? That's going to be what your front end product is going to be about. Well, the back end is going to be, hey, Mr. or Mr. Internet Marketer, one of the ways you're going to be able to get started super fast in creating Facebook ads is I'm going to give you my templates, and I'm going to give you, all you've got to do is cut and paste. These are proven templates, and those that I have used in my own campaigns, all you have to do is cut and paste and add your niche, right? That's the kind of thing that you would be talking about doing. Latoya says, is there software out there that I can use to rebrand the products? Yes and no. Yes and no. If you're talking about rebranding the graphics, there is software out there. There are various tools that will help you to redo the graphics, but it won't take the ebook, let's say, and change it into another ebook. It won't take the videos and turn it into other videos. That's a process that is worth doing. I sort of, I think I've talked about that before. There are ways to redo videos, but there's no one piece of software you can kind of plug the PLR into and then just have it come out on the other end rebranded. Graphics are easy. There is software you can use to rebrand graphics, right? Which is about a fourth of the battle, right? And now one thing I would ask you is, do you know Photoshop, right? And do you know Photoshop? I'm going to ask you that, Latoya. And let's see. Ethan, hello, Ethan. Is that Ethan Hale? How you doing, Ethan? And Sherry. Okay. Sherry says, my question is the delivery process. How can I deliver PLR without a paid program like Amazon Storage? I'm just starting with PLR. Would you use Dropbox? Or something like Facebook Files? Okay, let me I'm gonna get through all your question, but let me start with that. Um, you can do that. There are various free places where you can actually host some of your larger files. There is OneDrive. There is Dropbox or Google Docs in any of those places. The thing that you're going to have to keep secure is your download page and access to your download page if you're going to deliver your files that way. Now, now you just have to understand that those files are going to be insecure. But if somebody wants to share your stuff, they're going to share it anyway. So I would say that you can do it. Just know that that is probably the least secure. You can deliver content with a download link that is secret, right? Through OneDrive, through, I think it's Mediafire is another place. There is there used to be copy.com, but I think they're going away. I used to do that. And so now I do some combination between Amazon S3 and OneDrive. Okay, so something like Facebook files. Now, you could do that. You could have a Facebook group and you can have control access to your Facebook group, and the only people that would be able to get those files would be people who were in your Facebook group. So you could do that. I don't necessarily like Facebook for membership sites, but that's a personal preference. You could easily do a membership like that, right? If you have Genius Trainer Pro, you can certainly deliver membership that way and deliver your files through Genius Trainer Pro. Upload your files, make them available through the platform, and then your students and people who are admitted in the class can actually get the files that you have. Okay, so if the customer is a paid member, so the only people who should be getting access to your files should be paid people. You can deliver that now. What you'll need then is a shopping cart, and you'll need a delivery system. Now, you could use JVZoo. Every JVZoo transaction, you're going to pay 5% to JVZoo, and that's for administrative and cover costs. So that's on top of your PayPal fees. So again, you were paying JVZoo a convenience fee. You pay the same fee for Zaxa. You pay the same fee for Warrior Plus. So 5% on top, and again, you forget about the 5%. I'm just letting you know it's negligible. So if you sell a product, it's going to cost $10. 5% of that's going to go to the platform you're using. But what you're doing is you are delivering that product through their platform, and they're handling the secure nature of your download page, so that your download page will never be visible on the open market to everybody who wants to see it. Right, so they make the download page secure, and the only people who will ever have access to the download page where the download links are will be people who bought the product because they bought the product through JVZoo or Warrior Plus or however the case is, right? Yes, you can deliver through Genius Marketing Pro or Genius Trainer Pro. Yep. Those are two platforms that you can deliver your documents securely. Once again, now when you upload to Genius Trainer Pro, that download link is not going to be visible. So nobody's going to be able to get to that download link, and you can't. And now somebody could share the content if they wanted to, right? You can't stop people from downloading and sharing with somebody, but the link itself would be secure once you uploaded your content there. Right, so that's how I would answer your question. I think that was Sherry. Okay, so Ryan's question is, an ebook needs to be rebrandable and use a specific tool for that book and not a PDF. Well, Ryan, what you would need are the rights. So if you have the rights to redo, now typically if somebody provides you PLR and they give you the rights to rebrand it and to redo it, they're going to give you a Word document which you can redo. Now, if you get a PDF and you don't have the rights, then obviously you can't rebrand that PDF. But if you get a PDF, and let's say you have rebrand rights, or you can redo it, then you can use Adobe Acrobat, or they're like free online services that'll take your PDF document and turn it into a Word document. Right. So hopefully that answers your question, Ryan. And your second question is, you can deliver a product through JVZoo at checkout with size limits. Yes. Here's how you do that. What you can do at JVZoo is you can deliver a PDF. Now, what JVZoo technically wants is for you to deliver people to a download page, right? So you don't have to deliver it through a PDF. You set up your download page, excuse me, and you make sure that download page is invisible to the search engines. That's what you have to do. If that download page is invisible to the search engines, then you can put that inside of JVZoo, or you can put a PDF with other download links in it. Right? Those are two ways that you can deliver a file or deliver the content to your customer. Right? So, and those are not then constrained to size limits. The size limits would not come because the links will be accessed through your document or your thank you page. Right? So that's how you would overcome the size limits. Okay, so Scott's question is, would you suggest selling your PLR creation through several platforms, ClickBank, JVZoo, and Warrior Plus? I think you have to test the market. Now, ClickBank is going to cost you up front, but okay, here's the thing about all three. Excuse me. Each market has a different pool of affiliates, right? So as affiliates go looking for affiliate offers, they look in different pools. So the JVZoo affiliates look in one basket, right? The ClickBank affiliates are they might be looking at the JVZoo basket, but those are a different set of affiliates who would have access to your link. So I don't know if I would launch them at the same time, right? Because you if I'm your affiliate, right, and you're selling on ClickBank and you're selling on Warrior Plus and JVZoo, I get a JVZoo link because I prefer to use that, and your customer might get cookied by somebody on ClickBank and go to ClickBank, I'm not going to be happy with you, right? Because you again, not because you did anything purposefully wrong, but just logistically you made it difficult for me because somebody else could get cookied for the sale and then get there, right? So I don't know, and there's some software out there that'll help you to be able to launch all three at the same time, where people can get their links from 1 or 3 places. I don't use it. I don't think that I would. I might stack the launches, right, back to back to back, but I think that's something that you have to test. But I would definitely launch in 3 markets. So that is no question. So I would launch in all 3 markets. You have to figure out how you want to do it, and there are trade-offs to either doing it back to back to back or launching them simultaneously in all markets, right? I've seen people do that. Like I said, the only danger is going to be if you have affiliates who are going to be promoting for you, right? And you don't want to get them jammed up, in my opinion. Let's see. Thank you, Ethan. Okay, no, Ethan, what I was giving an example when I was talking about Facebook. So I don't have a Facebook product yet. I will have one for Facebook ads, but I don't have one as of this moment. I will have a PLR product on that. But if I were designing a product, that's what I would give as the upsell. Yeah, I would say that getting a product approved for ClickBank is probably not going to be as easy but I think that ClickBank, all they really want you to do is to make sure it's going to be a good deal for their marketplace, and that you're not gonna take them into any legal trouble. I don't think that anybody on this call, right? I know just about all of you, right? At least those of you who have written. I know most of you all personally. I don't think you're going to tell people, you're going to lie to people and tell people that you're going to get rich if you buy my product and you're not going to have to do any work. I think that's what they're trying to avoid. So barring that, I think you're going to be able to get approved, Ryan. That's my yeah. It's more hoops to jump through. Agreed, but that different pool of affiliates is a different. They're different. And a lot of these guys who've been doing in ClickBank, these are dudes who've been in this for a long time. And not every ClickBank affiliate is like super prolific and rich, but these dudes know what they're doing. So if you have a good product and one of them gets behind it and they think they can make money, you're going to make money in a whole different kind of way than you make on JVZoo. Now, the deal, here's why people, you know why people don't promote, don't put their products on ClickBank? You want to be honest? It's not even all the time that, you know, I don't know, maybe you have had something on ClickBank, Ryan. You could have. Here's in my experience, right? Why I have seen that people do not put their product on ClickBank, and it's typically because you don't get paid instantly, right? So you got to wait a month after refunds, and so because of that, what happens is, in my opinion, I think people opt for JVZoo and Warrior Plus because you sell it and you get paid. Right? You sell, you get paid. You sell, you get paid. With ClickBank, you sell. End of the month, you get a check, and that's after they kind of account for all the other stuff. So I think that's why a lot of people don't, and that's why some affiliates, right? That's why you have a different pool of affiliates, because some affiliates would rather not wait for their money. Some affiliates don't care if they wait for money, and that's why I say a lot of the guys who promote affiliate products in ClickBank, they've been around for a little while, and if they got to wait for their money a month or a month and a half, they don't care, right? They're experienced. They tend to be experienced, or they have some kind of system, right? Okay, so let's see. Sherry's question is one more question, non-PLR related. Person Genius Marketing Pro reseller keeps asking for my PayPal security key. So anyway, we can get around that. Genius Trading Pro does not ask for that info. Let's see, Sherry. Tell you what, send me. You have my email address at support. Send me an email address to my support. I've got a relationship with one of the support agents, a good relationship, as a fact, and then I will have her hunt that down. So yeah, send me that on email, and then I'll follow up with one of the support folks. Okay, so Robson's question is, can you create your own platform to sell PLR products without spending up front if you use JVZoo, ClickBank, or Warrior Plus? Absolutely. Right? So any WordPress site you can use to create, to sell anything, right? You can sell Amazon, you can sell whatever you want. So what would you need in order to sell a JVZoo product from your WordPress website? Matter of fact, you could probably even have a blogger blog at blogspot.com. So what would you need? All you'd really need is the pay button, and you'd need the HTML code. So you get the HTML code from JVZoo, you put it in the HTML section on your website. As long as people can click a buy button, they'll be able to buy from a website. And so Blogger has an HTML spot, WordPress has one, and all you really need in order to sell is a buy button. And JVZoo provides you the buy button. So you create your product in JVZoo, or you create your product in Warrior Plus, and then you get the button code and you put that inside of your website, wherever the website is. Right? Doesn't matter where it is. It could be a WordPress, a Blogger, any place. And the same is really true for if you are a Walmart affiliate, right? If you are an Amazon affiliate, same thing. You're just going to get the button code and you're going to put it in your website, right? So you can sell anything that has space where you can put HTML code. You get the HTML code from whoever you're working through. So on the Amazon platform, they'll give you HTML code. Walmart, they'll give you HTML code. Just about any or Commission Junction, right? Anybody that has that affiliate code, you put that on your website and you can sell. It has a buy button, right? So yes, the answer to you to your question is yes. Yep, Ryan, I agree. So I would say that you want to be in all three places if you can. Now, I actually talked to Paul Counts about that. Those of you who has anybody pick up the video thing? Did you hear my interview with Paul Counts where he was talking about ClickBank? And I asked him that question. I asked him, I said, is ClickBank still a place for you to create information products? And he says yes, because Paul Counts is really from the ClickBank world and just came into the JVZoo world, right? And still does launches in ClickBank. And his answer is, what did he say? He said there is a different pool of affiliates, right? So the people that promote on ClickBank don't want to promote on JVZoo, and probably for the reasons, right, Ryan, that I said, which is they just like to get their money differently, right? And the people who buy them. So yes, so ClickBank is, as you said, a different marketplace, different pool of affiliates, and really and truly, so is Warrior Plus. Now, this is how I keep it straight in my mind, and I could be wrong because I think there's some overlap here, and I think that Warrior Plus is primarily the make money online niche now. Make money now. I'm not talking about multi-level marketing. So you're not going to find no multi-level marketing on Warrior Plus. These are folks who are interested in making money now. Again, that's a generalization. And I'm even saying that in a negative way. I'm saying that the products tend to be micro products. Some of them tend to be based on loopholes that you got to take advantage of them now. And that once you take advantage of them, then you can get in there and you can make a little cash or make big cash, whatever the case is. JVZoo tends to be a bit broader in scope. A lot of software, right? A lot of software is launched there. PLR is launched there. Some info products, but not a lot. So if you're going to launch an info product, tell me how to do something, then you'll probably launch on Warrior Plus. And here's why I say that. If you're going to tell me how to do something, what am I going to be most interested in buying? If you tell me in your sales center, it's going to be a lot of work, I'm probably not going to buy. I'm probably not going to buy an info product that way, right? You know what I'm saying? The appeal of an info product is I'm going to be able to get this, follow your system, and pretty much get in there and do something and make something happen. Hey, Sherry, got her first. Is that your first ClickBank sale today? Hey, congratulations, Sherry. Congratulations to you. That's cool. Very cool. You want to talk? Can you talk about how you did it? Can you talk a little? So what'd you do? How'd you make it happen? What did you do? So did you put it? Did it come from Facebook ad? Did it come from social media? How'd you do it? So take a minute. Tell us how you did it. Okay. So any other questions? Any other questions? Okay, so you got people curious now, Sherry. All right. Very good. Very good. Very good. Hopefully Sherry will pop in and tell us what she did. Some of what she did. and let us know how we can replicate her success. All right. Any other questions? Any other questions? Yes, Sherry, that's fantastic. I'm genuinely very happy for you. Any other questions? Good session tonight. Appreciate your questions. Yeah. So and really, I think that's true. I mean, um, and here is what I would say. Um, okay. Yeah. Good question, Scott. I think it can be both, actually. Right. I mean, any affiliate product that you choose to promote. Um, I can think of a couple of great products you could promote. Um, that you could put around the web. You can put mine around there, so yeah, I think it's a matter of having uh, a continual flow of offers in front of people where people can have access to buy. And truth in the matter is, nobody can buy anything if you don't have buy buttons out there. So. Um, Okay, fantastic. So Sherry, you have a bit of a following, right? You have a group of people that are following you. So, but Scott, I think, look, let me be a little, Scott, if you don't mind me being a little transparent with you. You have a following, Scott. You have people who are interested in getting their message out through books, right? And I think if you leverage that following, bring those people into a Facebook group, bring them into a place where they can see offers, bring them onto a Facebook group or a WordPress site where they have offers in front of them. I think you then will see whether or not it's an affiliate offer or your own offer. Right. So, and we have talked about on these calls, yeah, absolutely. Right. And I think, and you're already in the process of developing a product line, right? And I think that that's the way to go, but you don't have to wait until you have your products. Now, I would caution you this, that if your buyers are not going to be used to the JVZoo world, you have to be careful as to how you introduce that world to them, because once they get inside of like that cycle, they're going to be getting offers for everybody. So I would say that you want to continue to produce, right, products that answer their questions and solve their problems. In other words, probably a lot of the advice that you are giving for free and a lot of the discussions that you were doing, you ought to be creating products for. And again, this might sound a little mean, but I think that what you could be saying is, I can't possibly answer your question in enough time. What I would do, though, is I do have a product that will explain to you how to do this, right? And I think that is a learning process that I think all of us as marketers have to go through. Okay, let's see. I think I missed a question. I'm going to go back here. Let's see. Yeah. So Sherry's got a little following there, and so she just put that offer in front of them. That's awesome, right? That I'm not going to go through any of my prepared stuff tonight. So let's see. Yeah, Willie, just reach out to me by email. Right, just reach out to me by email and just let me know what the issue is, and then I'll look it up for you. Send me your email address, and then I'll look it up for you. And let's see, either tomorrow. I think either tomorrow. Now, again, what I had planned to do tonight was I had a presentation that I was going to do, and I was going to record that presentation, and I was going to actually give that to both you and everybody else in my community tomorrow. Right? I don't know if I'm still going to do that tonight or not, but probably on Thursday. I want you to be looking out for my email, because Thursday's going to be my, I think, let's see, today, I think it is my annual, close to the time where I do an annual giveaway, right, for a couple of days. So for a couple of days in a row, you're going to see like a PLR product from me. Not going to be any strings attached to it. It's probably going to be a webinar that you can take and you have unrestricted rights to. Not going to be any catch to it. Not going to be any. I will probably ask you to opt in for it, but that's about it. So be on the lookout for it. It'll be. I don't know if it'll be in my email tomorrow, but I will be in my email. And the second day, I want you to keep track of this. The second day, the second product I give to you, you will be able to get it, but there will be one string attached to it. I'm going to ask you to share the download page. When you share that page, then the download will unlock, right? So 2 products, probably in the next 2 or 3 days. One's going to be at least a webinar, and you're going to have unrestricted rights to it, and then no catch to it. The second one, though, you'll get access to if you share it, right? So, and again, this is my annual giveaway. It's just my way of saying thanks for coming to see my webinars, as well as being a subscriber. Now, if you do not get my emails, right, make sure that you signed up at the PLRshow.com, the PLRshow.com. If you already get my emails, you do not have to sign up. You will get the email, and I will tell you all about it. Okay, so again, the PLRshow.com if you are not signed up for my updates. If you are signed up, you will get the email, and you'll get those 2 products. And again, remember, the second one will unlock, right, if you share it on social media. Right, okay. Let's see. So, okay, so simple video management system. So Robson's asking how important it is. Now, what you're doing with the simple video management system is, it is a video player. And so when you bring somebody to your site, one of the things that most of us do, right, as marketers, is we use YouTube because it's what? Because it's free. Now, that means then that YouTube is giving us access to store our video there, but there are limitations. And one of the limitations is that it is difficult to redirect buyers to where we want them to go. It's also difficult for us to control the message. And so what the simple video system does, right, in a sense, is it gives us the opportunity to bring somebody to a video where we have a sales message and to control what happens, right? That's all it is. YouTube, you give up a little control because they're letting you use it for free, right? So they're advertising, they're controlled, they've got their stuff coming up. I mean, yeah, you can put coding in there and you can change some of the stuff, but again, YouTube changes the coding, they end up getting the benefit of your traffic. When you go through the process and the effort of sending traffic, you want to get the benefit, right? And that's what simple video management system allows you to do. And now the upsells that I added were really simple, right? One was this interview with Paul Counts, and probably over, and there's a bunch of stuff that I gave as a bonus. Probably the most important thing in that package, right, is that interview with Paul Counts, because Paul Counts answered this question. Here's the question I put to Paul Counts. I wanted to know, how did you go from chasing opportunities to having opportunities chase you? That's what we all want to know, because this game that we're in as internet marketers, we want to get to the point where the deals, the opportunities, and the sales are chasing us as opposed to us chasing the deal. And so that's really the question that he answered, and he's put it down into about 4 things that he did. Right. Are these things four things that anybody can do? I believe they can. So that was probably more than anything else. That interview with Paul Counts is just vital. Now, the other thing is going to be a webinar that I'm going to be doing. It's a class. I'm going to be showing you what to do with PLR video. That's a cool thing to do if you have a lot of PLR video. Now, today, and I don't know how long it's going to be in there, I added in, right, two pieces. One piece was just about 7 gig of assets that will help you to create more videos. Some motions, 50 how-to PLR videos, and then about 300 different royalty-free songs. So in other words, you want to add music to your videos. That's what's in that package on the front end. On the back end, it's probably going to take you a day to download all this stuff. So it's about 22 gig total on the back end. The back end has about 22 gig of assets that will, again, help you to create more video. It's audio, visual, motions, music, and video that you can stick in there that will help you to create better videos. So that's really, Robson, what's in there. As I said, I think that the most powerful thing is that interview I did with Paul Counts, because that's where we want to be. We want to be to that point where we're not chasing the deals and the deals are chasing us. So again, the URL to that, I think my link is the PLRshow.com, PLRshow.com/video counts. Okay, so let's see. Let's see, Sherry, send it to me. Oh, you're welcome, Robson. So again, everybody, now the just as a okay, no, yeah, no, a simple video management system will not host your videos, but it's to find a comparable system. I think last year this time I talked about the VU player, and that was, I think that was $70, and you get a limited number of views. This plugin is unlimited views, or I don't think there are any limits like that. But you would have to host it either. I think you can host it on S3. You can actually use YouTube, right, and pull it through that system, so you can take it through YouTube, and they will take out some of those limitations that YouTube does. Right, so yeah, so you would have to host a video, but you can host that video just about any place, and you'll still have the features of the plugin. And let's see. So tomorrow, again, I don't know if it's going to be tomorrow, but it's going to be 2 days, either Thursday and Friday, or tomorrow and Thursday, that I'm going to be doing a giveaway. And the first day's giveaway, no catch, right? You'll probably have to opt in for it, so be on the lookout for it. And then the second day, the giveaway is going to be, you'll just need to share the page, right? You'll just need to share that page with your social media following. And if you do, then you'll get the second PLR product absolutely free, no catches. I will be asking you, but I won't put any stipulations on you that if you like some of the training, or you like some of the things, that you'll be able to maybe talk about some of the stuff that maybe you learned or something like that. So I'll make it easy for you. All right. So any questions? Great questions. Appreciate your help here, your interaction tonight, guys. Any other questions? Well, everybody, we've gone about 50 minutes. It's about 9:50, and I am going to let you go here. And Let's see, Scott. Offer Genius Changer Pro. Yeah. Well, yeah, Scott, you can do that for the upsell, right? I mean, I think that's a great way to do it. Okay, everybody. Well, thank you very much. How can you do? Oh, I can send me an email, Scott. Send me an email, and I can take care of you. Okay, everybody. Well, thank you very much for being here. Have a great night and a pleasant tomorrow. Take care.